Good morning, everyone. It's Michelle. It is the week of, oh my goodness, what is the date? Hold on. The 27th of January, the last week of January. I think some of us are like really happy about this. It's been a very heavy month, hasn't it? Been challenges. But I want to talk to you a little bit. I've got some notes here to the side of me, so I am going to look at them. We've got, I don't know if you've noticed, Venus is shining so bright in our night sky at the moment. It's absolutely awesome. So if you get a nice clear night, it's another plus of living in West Sussex. The skies are much clearer and you can see the stars so much better. But it's shining brightly. And Mars is in retrograde, as you know, which is all about action. And these two are cosmically aligning together. So we've got Venus and Mars aligning together. And what they're doing, like a little flowing dance, I suppose, together at the moment. So Venus is all about love. And Mars is all about taking action. But there is that anger element as well. So they're dancing backwards and forwards. So you might find that you've got some situations where anger is coming up, maybe a relationship, maybe a friendship, and then you sort of work it out and the love comes back, and then that element inside you, that anger where you haven't completely let go. So use or let go, forgive. So just use that Venus energy, that Venus love, to just soften that and just allow it to release. So this, I don't know what to call it really, this flow between Mars and Venus, this dance if you like, is bringing in balance to your inner and outer world. So what you're feeling and what you're seeing are going to be coming into balance. So it helps us to, you know, when this happens, when we've got this constant back and forth energy of love and hope and renewal against anger, action, taking the action, we're able to maybe bridge the gap between that friction and come back to our heart center, to our soul, and realign with our thoughts and our actions. So what I'm saying here really is the cosmic dance is are your thoughts in alignment with your actions? Are your promises in line with your actions? Or are you out of alignment? Are you promising one thing and doing another? So it may be that you need to relook at your actions. So you may have made promises to yourself. I don't want to call resolutions because I don't believe in them, but any of your intentions that may have sort of fallen off the wagon a little bit or are not maybe on point as you would like, is using this energy of Venus to love yourself and accept where you are. It's okay, you're human, but allowing Mars to help you to take the action to get you back in alignment. So that could be a promise you've made to yourself or another person. It may be something that you said you were gonna try and achieve this year and you've already fell off the wagon. So this energy is going to help you to bridge that gap between what you're thinking and what you're wanting, and obviously to get that to manifest anything you have to take action. The Venus and Mars dance, I'm going to call it a dance because I don't know what else to call it. I could just feel this energy going backwards and forwards. One's more gentle, one's more sort of kick up the bottom energy. But the two of them, as they align, are bringing light to the shadows. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, oh, excuse me. So it's helping you to align. It's helping you to see what's in the shadows. So the light's coming in from Venus, I'm feeling, and shining a light on the stuff that you may need to take action on, that you might need to change. But it's bringing up those shadow aspects within you that you know you need to work on, that it's time to take the lid off the box and not and just gently sneak in. You don't remember, you don't have to take everything out of the box, just take one thing out and work with it. But when we look at the shadow work, it really shifts us, because we're able to take action in a different way, and our circumstances then change. Remember, you can only change you, but when you change how you respond, then you can see that ripple out. The energy is going to be feeling more fresh, more at ease, a little bit more calmer than January's been. And I think I might do a February video, get back to doing those monthly spreads, which I haven't done for a while. But it's also coming up to Valentine's Day, and it's not always about relationships. It's also about looking at the relationship you have with yourself, how you're nurturing yourself, what you are putting up with, what you're not prepared to put up with, all of that. So that's what I put down on my notes. So what else do I want to say about that energy? It just feels, again, a very push-pull energy. It's like you could be in a relationship where one's very angry because they feel guilty, or they've let someone down, or they're just angry with themselves, or they're holding on to something that they know they need to let go of. And then you've got this Venus energy that's just coming in going, it's okay, let's unravel it, let's unpick it. What can you change? Do you want to change? Yeah, that's what it's feeling. Let me just see what it says on my calendar for Monday, the 27th. As the moon moves through the solid, stable sign of Capricorn, soak up the level-headed vibes and get serious about your ambitions for the rest of 2025, which is basically what I'm saying. It's like, just, we're only a month into the new year. Well, for me, I don't think the new year's started yet, but that's a whole another story. I never feel the energy come in till sort of mid-February. But it's like sewing up, tying up loose ends of last year, maybe, for some of you. And some of you may well have set intentions and have started working on them. That's all good. So I thought I'd pull from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck by John Holland, because I felt there was this loving, supportive energy that's shining the light on the darkness. Wow, that just came out for us. But it's bringing in some new energy here for us to, yeah, and the cards are basically saying that. Okay, let's just have one more to go with that. Woo, thank you. Okay, now I'm going to have to take another one. Sorry. This sometimes happens. There's some nice cards here. Okay. What Metatron's saying is there's two aspects here. Two aspects. Some of you are going to be feeling one thing. Some of you are going to be feeling another. So this is going to be quite a long reading now. Sorry, guys, but there's a lot of cards that have come out. Okay, Metatron's saying I don't need to expand too much on them. Okay. So, the ultimate goal of whichever road you're taking, which relates to a card I've just seen in here, which is basically this one. Helpless and hopeless, which we're going to come to, right? But the ultimate goal is balance. And I think we had this card, I don't know if it was the last time or the time before, but we're all aiming for balance. Balance in our hearts, balance in our body, balance in our relationships, friendships, whatever it is for you. And it'll be different for everyone. But we're being asked to bring balance. We're being asked to realign. We can't do it the old way, is what I'm hearing. We have to do it the new way. So that's our aim. So that you could see that as our intention. And this is for everybody, right? Doesn't matter what road we're on. We're trying to find balance. We're trying to come back to this heart-centeredness. Right. So some of you may be really doing the work and have been for a while, and you're just finding clarity of belief. So what is in your heart can grow, and that's the Venus energy. Okay, so what's in your heart is growing. What you want is growing. Love is growing. You just need clarity. Is this really true? Can I find balance? Is this balance the right balance? Okay. Then we have seek. Okay, so some of you may not feel that you're gaining this clarity at this time, and that's okay. We're going within, and that's what Venus and Mars are bringing to us. They're asking us to come use those two energies of love and action to sit with our uncomfortableness, to sit with what we've done, to sit with what we wanted. What is it that we need to change? What action do we want to change, to do? But before we do that, we need to find clarity of what we truly want. And we need to sit with ourselves and look at our shadow, and the clarity then will come in. And then we will find this balance that Venus is providing for us. Okay? And when we do that, we get new vitality. We get new energy coming in. Look at all those colours that can help you. So whatever colour you're drawn to, work with that colour. Work with that colour. Okay? Yeah, I think this video is going to be a bit longer than normal, but I'm just going with it. So we're going to look at the colours of these two planets in a minute with my colour mirrors bottles. But when we do that, bringing in the new energy, looking at our darkness, looking at our shadow, looking and accepting we are who we are, success and growth comes in. Because you always have the opportunity to change. You always have the opportunity to change and bring in new energy, to sit with your darkness and take action on what you need to change. So that will bring in clarity and new energy, which helps. And it helps us to have that balance. But we have the opportunity, those of you that are struggling right now, they want this new start, but they're not sure how. It is available to you, but you have to take action and you have to change. This leads me on to, it's a big reading. Okay, this card, Hopeless and Helpless, is what I started with, gave you a glimpse of. So we're here, we're standing in the middle. We've got the same old path here, or we've got this new pathway. Or I guess straight on is the new pathway. Anyway, you've got certain pathways. Let's just say that. One is where you are. This is where you're standing. You've got an opportunity to carry on as you are and lose everything maybe. Or, you know, whatever it is, your health may deteriorate further because you're not taking action and looking after yourself. It could mean anything for everyone. But we've also got this light here, this light that's trying to balance and give you new growth and new opportunity. So you're feeling hopeless and helpless because you've probably fallen into the woe is me bucket. I've done that this week. Why is this happening again? And it's like, get out of the hole, because you can change and you can take action and you're in control of how you respond. So helpless and hopeless is where you may be feeling right now, but you have opportunities and you have the light. You have Venus's love. You have Mars pushing you to take action, willing you to change. But you've got challenging times ahead. Now, this could be because you've fallen in the victimhood pot. You could be challenging or being challenged by somebody else who's calling you out. You could be sitting in the well of worries me, and, you know, why is this happening to me? Why is it always me, the victim bucket? But we all do this. Nobody, you know, it's just how long you stay in it. As soon as you realise you're in it, you're like, right, I'm out of here. And the only person that can change that is you. So you may have challenging times ahead. You may have times where someone is asking something of you. There may be times when you're not sure you can deliver on what's being asked of you. It could be that you don't want to change. But Mars is helping, and so is Venus, because they're bridging the gap between your thoughts and your actions. So what you're thinking about needs action. Now, take the lead. If you're in a challenging situation with somebody else, it may be that you need to be the brave one and take the lead and stand up and go, do you know what? I'm not doing this no more. I don't want you to do this no more. I can't change you. But, you know, you could be in a situation where one person in the house doesn't eat as well as you, or how you would like to. This is just an example, throwing it out there. It's just a gentle one. I don't want to get too heavy, right? And so you decided, or somehow you sort of got into the habit of eating crap with them, okay? And you don't know why, you know what you're going to do about it, because it's difficult, it's challenging. You've got to make 3 meals a night, you've got to this, got to that. You take the lead, you start changing, because it will ripple out. It will ripple out. So if you start eating healthily, it's like, oh, they're having that. That looks quite nice. I might try it. Okay. But if you just submit to somebody else, that's not going to change. So what I'm trying to say here is one of you has to change for it to ripple out. Now, you can't change somebody else, but you can change. You can change how you respond or react. You can change what you eat. And then it's up to them, because you can't change another person. But when you change, the energy changes and it ripples out. Now, some of you may be sitting with your darkest fears. Now, this could be connected to money. This could be connected to jobs. This could be connected to I don't know, relationships. It could be connected to anything. But again, we're in our head. Can we see up here? The head energy, the thoughts. So Venus and Mars are bringing that bridge for you, whatever you're thinking, to take action. Yes, it might be fearful. Yes, you might think, oh my God, I can't do it. Don't ever make harsh decisions when you're stressed, because that's not a good time. But get your thoughts onto paper, journal, go and see somebody that may be able to help you untangle that, have a reading, whatever it may be. But your darkest fears don't have to come true. They could just be that nudge that Mars is providing for you to get you to take action. Okay? Our mind, most of the time, 99% of the time, makes things worse. They're not actually that bad, and some of that reason is because of communication. Okay, so communicate, reach out and get help for yourself. Have a listening ear nearby. Have somebody you can talk to. It's really important. Journal, journal, journal. And if you are upset with someone and you can't say what you want to say, write a letter and burn it. If you don't want to give it to them, burn it. Because when you do this inner work, when you take this action, when you find the road out of helplessness, yeah, it could be challenging road. Yes, you may have to be the one that makes the decisions and takes the lead. And yeah, it might bring up your darkest fears, but you've also got support, angelic or family and friends, for your dreams to come true. So if you set boundaries, we're coming back to boundaries again here with somebody or yourself, you sit behind the boundaries that keep you safe, you can change. And that other person in your life or situation can also change but they have to want to. And then you have the opportunity of your dreams coming true. So I feel, to sum the reading up, we've got the perfect card, which I'll show you in a moment. But there is this push-pull, there is love, there is action, there is a kick from Mars for action. There is a good outcome in either sort of two halves of the reading. We had growth and what's it say? Growth and success. And this one's his dreams coming true. So there is a positive to come out of this. There always is, obviously. But it's about our choices. But ultimately, we have to stay in the flow. We can't force things to change that we aren't in control of. We have to stay in our own flow, in our own lane, working on ourselves, doing our own stuff, and just flowing and allowing everything and everyone around us to just do their stuff. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you briefly about, because I know I've been rabbiting on a bit too long here today, but it's important message, is I don't know if you've probably seen all of the social media posts on Mel Robbins' new book called Let Them. If you haven't watched her podcast or listened to her podcast or her social media stuff, I really invite you to do that. I've been listening to her book on audio, because it's just easier when I'm out walking, I'm just listening. And it's Let Them. So if anybody's like triggering you, challenging you, you say, let them, because you can't control them. Let them get on with it. But then you say, let me. And the let me about bit is about you doing what you want to do. So let me respond in a different way. Let me love them unconditionally. Let me just step back and watch them fall. Just because it's not my response. It's all about responsibility, isn't it? And that word, responsibility, is you have how can I put it? She says it so well, and I can't remember what she said, but it's about your response to stuff. Anyway, watch our podcast, Mel Robbins. It's Let Me, the book. Amazing. So how I want to finish this video is looking at the bottles for Mars and Venus. I'm just going to grab them so you can feel their energy. That's Venus. Mars, where are you? I put Mars on my Mars is on my altar. Interesting. Right, I think that's right. Let me just double check I've got the two right bottles here. I'm sure I have. 9 is Mars, yep, and 6 I think is Venus. Yeah. So I'm just going to give you a very small summary of each of these bottles and how you can work with them. And this is how I do my colour readings with people, but we're going into much more depth. So this helps. So this one is coral over coral. Now I need a bit of white paper. Is that white? No. Gosh, I should have prepared, shouldn't I? Hold on, let me just use the back of this. Just so that you can see them better. There you go. I will try and photograph these and put them on my Instagram and Facebook so you can see them better with the light. Like if I hold them up to the light, you'll see them much easier. So this is coral over coral, pink. No, it's not coral, it's pink over pink. What am I talking about? It's a darker pink on the top. So the message from Venus for you today is: Venus relates to love, harmony and joy in relationships. She brings love into your life when you learn that love from the outside comes when you reach a place of deep self-acceptance. Pink is the colour of unconditional love, and its message is that the more you're able to love yourself, the more abundant your life will be. A feeling of not enough inside will always lead to a reality reflection of not enough outside. Remember I said to you about the inner and outer worlds that Venus and Mars are bridging for us. So your thoughts and your emotions, your thoughts and your actions, 100% Venus is helping us to align. This colour relates to all things feminine. Of course, pink is very feminine, including mothering. Now is the time to treat yourself to some of your own nurturing energy. So self-love, self-worth is going to come up for some of you this week. But that's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that pink. And then we have the amazing bottle of Mars that's giving us that kick, which is orange and red. Very potent. So depending on how you're feeling and where you're at, when I read these messages to you, you may find that you need to bathe in pink this week, or you may need to bathe in red or orange, because orange brings, red is very connected to the base chakra and orange is very connected to sacral, but it's also about anger, but it's also about that red fiery anger energy, but orange also soothes that. It's letting go of all the trauma and the shocks. So let me just hold that up. Powerful and warlike, Mars is the source of your fiery energy. Use it wisely to change what needs changing rather than just being angry and frustrated. This bottle urges you not to spend your life being meek and angry. Say what needs saying rather than holding grudges that endlessly play in your head. As I should have said. We've all done that, haven't we? I wish I'd said that. I wish I'd done this. Mars is a powerful ally when things need to be set in motion. So taking action. Now is the moment for drastic action. This bottle energizes you so that you can do and say what needs doing and saying. So those are the bottles. Now, how you work with these bottles is you can place them on the body, on the chakras. You can undo them and inhale their scent, which is what I'm going to do with this Mars one. Oh, nice. And you can, use the colours, work with the colours. You can put some of this oil onto your skin. You can ideally you're meant to put this in the bath and lay in it. But they're not cheap, these bottles. They're £42 a bottle. So what I do is I tend to work with them on the body, take some of the oil out, and when I'm sort of halfway down, then I might tip the rest of the bowl. That's how I work with them. How you know which bottle to work with, you tend to get some bubbles, and you can see them in here, but I don't think you'll see it on the camera. Oh, you might do, look there, couple there. Have we got any in Venus? Yeah, quite a lot at the top, but again, you can see them on the camera. There you go. So when these bottles want to work with you, you also get like what I call like a silty layer in between the oil and the water, which also signifies to me that I need to work with that bottle. So if you want a bottle, contact me and I can sort that out for you. I don't make them myself. I just put you in touch with where you can get them from. If you'd like a colour reading that goes into much more depth, obviously these colours have meanings as well. The bottles have much bigger meanings. I've just given you like the summary, which worked perfectly with, I didn't know what those messages said until I can't remember them all. But it worked perfectly with this video. So I hope you enjoy the video. Sorry it's been a bit longer than normal, but I think it's important to get that message out. And if you'd like a reading, contact me on my new email address, michelle@homeopathy.services. Okay, and we can arrange a reading for you. Lots of love. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.